Why, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Truly Odd Podcast, where we bring you the latest in game news and movie news. I'm your host, Joe Garcia, and happy Friday, everyone. So let's grab our controllers, get our popcorn, and go ahead and dive right on into these topics, shall we? Starting with our game news topics of the day. And our first game news topic of the day is regarding Metro Prime 4 Beyond. Just did an overall trailer, or an overview trailer, actually, I'd say. So if you guys haven't checked this out, I'll have a link to the YouTube video in the description down below. But for now, we're going to take a look at this article from Game Informer that kind of breaks down some details and shows us some visuals here. So the game is going to be first person. It looks absolutely phenomenal visually, and it looks like an awesome Metroid game, if you ask me. I was hoping for a little bit of the platform s kind of closer to what the classic version of, but seeing as the game has transformed and become more of a first person shooter, I don't mind it at all. It's visually stunning. It looks absolutely phenomenal. And they introduce some new things. They have your typical upgrades for missiles and stuff like that, but they also introduce a telekinesis, telekinetic power that Metroid is going to be getting in the game. Some other puzzles, things that she's going to have to be going through, and it just looks like an overall phenomenal game. And I really enjoyed the trailer and the visuals that they had to show. But let me know what you guys thought about this trailer in the comments down below. Have you guys checked it out? And if not, let us know what you guys think about it. All right, guys. Sorry, we're going to run through this topic pretty quickly today. So let's go ahead and move over to our next game news topic of the day. And our next game news topic of the day is regarding Call of Duty Black Ops 7 has just dropped the other day. And now we have some updates on how the campaign is going. So currently, the campaign is online only with no checkpoints or pauses. And players will be kicked if they remain idle for too long. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article from IGN. So according to this article, and mind you, I haven't played Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I'm probably going to skip this Call of Duty because I'm being honest with you guys. But according to this article, Black Ops 7 story mode requires a constant internet connection, lacks pause function, and boots idle players, making solo runs cumbersome. Designed for a four-player co-op, the campaign forces solo players to repeat tasks without AI support, leading to tedious gameplay and on excuse me, tedious gameplay and no adaptation for difficulty. My apologies, guys. Set in 2035, the campaign features Milo Ventimiglia, Michael Rooker, and Karna Shapka, I think I'm pronouncing that right, with cinematic moments and uh, fantastical sequences that blend Call of Duty with Destiny-like spectacle. Now, I've seen some of the campaign-esque gameplay, and it very much does not look like a realistic. It's more of a sci-fi kind of take on the game, not necessarily realistic. So let me play some of this for you. Sadly, I can't play for you guys the whole thing because YouTube is a bit of a bitch, as you guys know. So they kind of knock these things down. So hold on, I'm scrolling up so I don't get flagged for fucking having Five Nights at Freddy playing because they flag a bunch of shit. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the visuals here for the gameplay. As you guys can see, yeah, let's see, where was it at? I can't remember where it was. Was it at the end here? Damn it. You know what, guys? My apologies. Just look up some gameplay for you guys yourself and let me know what you guys think about it, because to be honest with you, I'm not very much interested in seeing what they have to show for this game. It doesn't look very good. It doesn't look like it's going to be an entertaining campaign story. And the fact that you can't really play the game single player like truthfully and update the difficulty like you want, can't even pause the game, doesn't even have checkpoints, it's kind of crazy and ridiculous that they would do that for a campaign version of Call of Duty. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Have you played Call of Duty Black Ops 7 campaign, and what did you guys think about this experience? Let me know. All right, guys, that being said, move over to our next game news topic of the day. And our next game news topic of the day is regarding Crystal Dynamics is laying off 30 more workers in its third wave of cuts this year. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Just another game industry 2025, the industry of layoffs, or the time of layoffs, I guess you could say. Crystal Dynamics announced a new wave of layoffs as part of an ongoing restructuring, marking its third round this year. The studio cites optimization for its flagship Tomb Raider titles. Currently is the only known project that they're working on as the reason behind the cuts. Previous layoffs follow the cancellation of Perfect Dark support and broader restructuring under Embrace Groups, which acquired the studio in 2022. So yeah, guys, this studio's just been hammered with layoffs this year. Cutting off cutting off a Perfect Dark. I know they're supposedly working on another Tomb Raider game, and so they weren't able to shift people over because it was probably just too many people on board. And now with another round of layoffs, it just goes to show that the studio is slowly dying. Now, hopefully, another game could come out and bring it back to life. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens when since Embraced Group is kind of in control of the studio and what they're going to be doing overall. But this is just really sad to see this happen in the game industry. We've just seen a horrible year for video game workers, a horrible year for tech industry. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Are you surprised that they're having a third round of layoffs, or is it per the course of, as far as I'm concerned, it's per the course of this year? But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and move over to our next game news topic of the day. And our next game news topic of the day is regarding Ubisoft has delayed its earnings report and halted trading, fueling speculation of major corporate shakeup. Let's go ahead and take a look here at this article from Game Rant. So according to this article here, Ubisoft postponed its H1 fiscal year 2025-2026 earnings report just hours before it's released and paused share trading on Euronext, citing the need for finalization results and reducing market uh but I don't know how to fucking pronounce that word. My dyslexia's kicking in. Volatility. There it is. I said it. I did it. Anyways, fucking dyslexia sucks, guys. Anyways, the company previously reported a 159 million euro loss and a 20.5% revenue drop, raising concerns about its current performance and prompting speculation about restructuring and acquisitions. With Tencent using with Tencent as Ubisoft's largest shareholder and recent internal shifts, rumors of privatization and leadership changes are swirling, though no official explanation has been provided. So it's very interesting. I haven't heard in a long time of a corporation or a major studio pushing their earnings report out, to make sure that everything is set in stone or make sure everything is fully reported correctly. I think that's very interesting, and the fact that they kind of stopped their shares from being traded is another interesting aspect as well. So I'm very curious how this is going to turn out for the company overall. I wonder if they're looking into be acquired fully by Tencent, kind of a la EA for its $55 billion deal. So I'm very curious what's going to be happening with Ubisoft as it has done its own kind of restructuring with what they're going to do with their Far Cry, with their Assassin's Creed series, as they made their own separate studio. I forgot what it was called, but they made their own separate studio that was going to be clearly focused on solely Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and their other big franchise that I can't think of at the moment. But yeah, guys, it's very interesting what's going on in the gaming industry this year. Very interesting things that have been happening over and over again with layoffs, with acquisitions, with companies just not focusing clearly on their trades, and very interesting. But let me know what you guys have thought of this so far. Do you guys think that there's going to be some restructuring or reorganization or some acquisitions going on at Ubisoft? Or do you think it's much to do about nothing and it's just has to do with their reporting? Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys. That being said, let's go ahead and move over to our last game news topic of the day. And our last game news topic of the day has to do with Grand Theft Auto 6 since it has been delayed and how it's going to be impact the rest of the industry. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article from IGN. So, mind you, since Call of Duty, since Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed, this is a long article, guys, so if you want to take a look at it, it'll be in the description down below. But since Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed, there's been a lot of speculation of consoles possibly being delayed till 2028 if they're supposed to come out in 2027. There's been speculation about a lot of things, but according to this article, major publishers are quietly shifting internal schedules to avoid Grand Theft Auto 6 launch window, likely thinning the usual quarter four blockbuster slate, impacting indies and AA titles mostly. Analysts predict the significant boost in console and PC hardware sales given by Grand Theft Auto 6's release, especially for many players who still are on the last gen systems awaiting a reason to upgrade. Experts warn ongoing over reliance on Grand Theft Auto 6 as the industry savior, noting that its delay reflects broader AAA development challenges. So, to sum it up, the industry is going to be shifting around this major title because everyone's going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. And it kind of sucks because when they originally delayed till May, or was it March? It was March or May. When they originally did their delay, a bunch of indie studios, a bunch of studios had to shift their game schedule release to make sure that they were nowhere near Grand Theft Auto 6. And now that Grand Theft Auto 6 has moved to November 19th of 2026, that means that Call of Duty, which usually releases in November, is going to have to shift its schedule. That means any other blockbuster games, which we get quite a few blockbuster games towards the November end of 2026, is going to have to make scheduling structures and changes as well. Especially because you got the Game Awards coming out, so other games are kind of boosting their sales and trying to do a little bit of a marketing push to put their name back out there as the award season comes up. So it's going to be very interesting what's going to be happening overall when Grand Theft Auto 6 is released, but it will definitely shift a lot of the schedules and everything going on within the game industry itself. As far as it delaying consoles, I don't know if it's going to do all that, but I definitely think it will boost the sales of PlayStation 5 Pros. As far as Xbox, maybe not. I'm not sure because Xbox, they haven't had a Pro version. They haven't had whatever version. So I don't think there'll be any reason to purchase it at that point. It's coming up at the end of its life cycle and no exclusives themselves, no exclusives for itself. So I don't think there'll be any other reason to buy it. But definitely PS5s and PC will definitely be purchased. So I'm very curious to know how this is going to pan out. But I honestly think the opposite of what a lot of the industry people are saying when it comes to the delay of consoles. I actually think it'll maybe boost up the more need to have the consoles released a lot sooner. And the reason for that is because if you get a PlayStation 6 version of Grand Theft Auto 6 going quickly, then people are going to be like, oh, I want to play with the new graphics, with the new upgrade, with the new enhancements for the new consoles. If you get the new Xbox coming out for Steam, like, oh, I want to play it on the new Xbox console hybrid. So I'm not thinking it's going to delay consoles. I think it'll boost them forward. Actually, it'll probably try to get them quicker out to match with Grand Theft Auto 6 personally. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Are you surprised at all the structural and changes that the game industry are going to have to do over one game? It is probably the biggest game in the world, so it makes a lot of sense to me. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. All right, guys, that does it. Oh, shit, you guys got a peek at what we're going to talk about next. Sorry, but that does it for our game news topics of the day. We're going to go ahead and move over to our movie news topics of the day. And our first movie news topic of the day, as you guys just saw, we're going to talk about Shogun Season 2 will feature a time jump, expanding the scope of with romance, war, and historical depth. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article from MovieWeb. And according to this article, the new season will jump a decade ahead of to reflect the real-world production gap and explore evolve character arcs. Co-written by Justin Marks, and he teased an unexpected love story alongside a large-scale battle sequence and emotional depth. With the timeline, excuse me, with the timeline aligning to 1610, the series may explore events like the Siege of Osaka, continuing the blend of fiction and historical accuracy. You guys haven't seen Shogun, and mind you, I'm dyslexic as hell, so when I watch animes with subtitles or shows with subtitles, I have to watch every episode twice. Where it's like I'm trying to I try to read the subtitles episode one so I can know what's going on, pause it, make sure I'm understanding what the characters are saying. Then I watch it the second time to really enjoy the visual aspect as I know what's being told and what's going on. And Shogun was an absolutely phenomenal show. I had a fucking fantastic time watching it. The only thing I'm sad about for season 2 is we won't get to see Anna Sawai. Maybe we'll get some flashbacks with her, who knows? But Anna Sawai did an absolutely phenomenal performance in Shogun season 1, and I would really like to have her return, but sadly we won't be seeing that happen. If you guys have seen season 1, you know why. But I would definitely love to see this season continue on to further, even beyond season 2. I think it could be on the scale of Game of Thrones, especially with this historical accuracy. Now, season 1 we had some good action, but we didn't have large scale battles. So hopefully, now that we know that the show is going to be getting a bit of a budget jump, we can get some large scale battles and some cool action set pieces going on for this show. But let me know what you guys think of Shogun Season 2. Are you guys excited for it like I am, or are you guys not interested in it? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and move over to our next movie news topic of the day. And our next movie news topic of the day is regarding Wicked for Good is shattered pre-sale records and eyes a massive box office launch. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article from MovieWeb as well. Looks like Wicked for Good's Fandango ticket sales have for 2025 are the biggest PG rated pre-sale ever, surpassing titles like Superman and Demon Slayer. Hold on one second, guys. I lost my spot. Initial forecast for the film put it at 112 to 115 million opening, but it could rise with comparisons to Frozen 2 and Inside Out 2 suggesting potential for a 130 million plus debut. With the Thanksgiving timing, strong word of mouth, and early awards chat, the sequel may match and exceed original Wicked's 756.7 million global haul. And I do think this is going to be a lot bigger of a film. I feel like this film might get to the $900 million mark if everything is as good as it say. If everything is as good as the first one, it will probably get to the $900 million mark because yeah, you got all the fans and the people that were interested in seeing the story, but now they're interested in seeing the conclusion. People have gotten to see the movie overall since then on streaming or wherever the hell it's available. So you got more eyes on it. So I think a lot of people are going to be coming out and have now that you have the Thanksgiving holiday coming up, you might be getting a nice second weekend as well for this movie. So I'm thinking it's going to be doing pretty well for this first opening weekend and so on. But I do think for the opening weekend, it will probably pass the $130 million mark. Now, mind you, if the Fandango ticket sales are that high, and they're estimating 112, 115 million, that doesn't include people that don't even pre-order tickets like that. I know it's a big thing for people to do it now, but a lot of people just go to the theaters and end up doing it that way. I have my tickets already on sale because my lady really wants to watch it, so that's what we're going to be doing for my birthday, watching Wicked for Good. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Are you guys excited to see Wicked for Good, and what do you guys think the opening box office will be for? All right, guys, that being said, let's move over to our next movie news topic of the day. And our next movie news topic is kind of interesting because I kind of think it had been long rumored, but we have another report claiming it. So I thought it'd be interesting to talk about again. But according to this report, Superman and Lex Luthor will team up to fight against Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow, which I kind of thought we already knew, but looks like it's being reported yet again. As you guys can see, this came out today at like. But according to this, the classic Superman villain will be a central antagonist to Man of Tomorrow, prompting an uneasy alliance between Superman, David Cornsweet, and Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult. With James Gunn teasing a dual character focus exploration of Lex Luthor, resonating with, res- exploring Lex Luthor's resentment and rivalry with Superman, making it as much as a Lex Luthor movie as it is a Superman movie. The film is slated for a July 9th, 2027 release, with connections to Peacemaker Season 2 and a fresh take on Brainiac, who has never appeared on a major Superman film before. So yeah, guys, I don't I guess this might be a confirmation, but I felt like this news had already came out. I felt like it's repeating itself, but I don't think these were. I think mostly those were just rumors at that point, and now we have more of a confirmation of what's going to be happening in Man of Tomorrow. But let's just say that this is all true and no longer rumors. We're definitely getting Brainiac. I think that's absolutely phenomenal that they're introducing Brainiac. I feel like he's a very underutilized character, not in the comics, but in the movies and in other media. I don't recall Brainiac being on the shows. I'm sure that he was. I don't know if he was on the Superman and Lewis show, but maybe he was. But I just feel like he was been very overlooked in the filming aspect of Superman because after Man of Steel with Henry Cavill, you really got things focused more on the Justice League aspect of things. There's only a certain amount of characters that you can put Superman up against. Even in the Zack Snyder's Justice League, the extended version, the Wolfenstein guy or whatever the hell his name is, Bale, I forget the bad guy's name, but he just got manhandled by Superman because Superman is so damn powerful. So to have something like Brainiac have an AI from Krypton really take over, really showcase his powers and his abilities and his knowledge of what Kryptonians are capable of, I think could be an interesting way to take a film like this. And also with AI stuff we got going on nowadays, people worried about their jobs with AI and stuff like that. It kind of really I think it's an important thing for films to kind of speak to what we're worried about today, because it really helps emphasize a lot of the issues in the world and with the film as well, because it incorporates our human nature fears into the movies that we're watching. So that's something that you can definitely kind of expand on as well with this. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Are you guys excited to see Brainiac and Man of Tomorrow? Do you think this is a confirmation at this point, or do you think this is much to do about nothing and people just fucking repeating themselves? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and move over to our next movie news topic of the day. And our next movie news topic of the day is regarding Christopher Nolan has shot over 2 million feet of film for its Odyssey film with an epic practical, and it's supposed to have an epic practical scale. Forgive me, guys. I'm mumbling here sometimes. But Christopher Nolan's film filmed more than 2 million foot of footage over 91 days, much of it at sea, and authentically captured the scale of the of the peril that Odysseus's mythical journey. Oh my god, my voice today is not working. Forgive me, guys. Anyways, the production placed hold on. The production placed cast and crew on open waters to reflect the physical and emotional toll of ancient exploration, with Nolan emphasizing a raw, unpredictable power of nature. Let's see. Christopher Nolan described the Odyssey as a long awaited passion project, aiming to bring the mythical story to the screen with a weight and grandeur of a full scale IMAX epic. So if you're wondering why he's using 2 million feet of film, it's because it's going to be the Odyssey is going to be the first film in history to be fully shot in IMAX entirely. And IMAX cameras use film; they don't use digital, so that's why they got 2 million feet of film. And I guess that's definitely a crazy amount of film. So this is probably a very, very expensive film when it comes to the camera operations for the Odyssey. But I think this movie is going to be absolutely awesome, absolutely epic, and I cannot wait to see it. I think it's going to be probably one of the best movies of the year. It'll probably win Best Picture, honestly, but we're going to have to wait and see what ends up happening. Now, my hope is that it's a large epic on the scale of Avatar. Now, I know Avatar's a long movie at 3 hours and so, but I think it makes sense for a story like this because you have a lot to tell with this story. You got the Trojan War, you got his travels, his dealings with the gods, his fight with the Cyclops, his arguments with a lot of the crew members, and all the different perils that he went on, his crew members dying. And I think they're gonna have to cut a lot out of this movie, to be honest with you, because it's the Odyssey is such a grand scale story. You're gonna trilogy to tell the entirety of it. So I'm curious how this is going to end up turning out overall, but I think it's going to be an absolutely phenomenal film, and we're going to get it from one of the best filmmakers working today. But another thing that we got to see here is some more images that they recently released. Here's an image of um, Matt Damon as Odysseus and his crew, and we got some other cool imagery here that we got from Empire Magazine. This is a really awesome shot. So if you don't know what this is, I think this is representing the Trojan horse that they used to get into Troy to do to slaughter the Trojans. And here's another one we got here. This one looks really, really awesome. As you can see, I used it for our opening here. Just an awesome, cool image, and I'm very, very excited to see how the Odyssey is going to end up turning out overall. I think it's going to be an absolutely phenomenal film, and I cannot wait to see it. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Are you guys surprised that he used 2 million feet of film for this movie, or are you guys not surprised, seeing as it was solely shot in IMAX? Jesus, I can't talk today. Anyways, let's go ahead and move over to our last movie news topic of the day. And our last movie news topic of the day is regarding Insidious 6 has wrapped filming and is on track for a summer 2026 release. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article from Joe Blow. So according to this article, as you can see here, we have the film slate. But according to this article, production has completed on Insidious 6, directed by Jacob Chase, confirming that the film has wrapped. It's set to hit theaters on August 21st, 2026, with the franchise with franchise veterans Lin Shai, I don't know how to pronounce that, and newcomer Amy Evil and Rodden Berry, or however the hell you pronounce those names. Anyways, Jacob Chase co-wrote the script with Leslie, John McGoldrick, with long-term producers Jason Blum, James Wan, and Lee Wanell steering the project. Though thread of Insidious Tale, uh, thread and Insidious Tale, though thread and Insidious Tale remains unproduced, but James Wan has teased more stories from the further, hinting at a future expansion a la the Conjuring universe. So yeah, guys, it looks like we are definitely going to be getting an Insidious 6, and it's set for August 21st, 2026 release. Very, very exciting news. I know the Insidious franchise has been very good. I think Conjuring and Insidious really have upheld the horror aspect of filmmaking over the past years. The fact that we have 6 films in the Insidious franchise, the fact that we have like eight Conjuring films, even though they all haven't been the best, with the first Annabelle not being, with the Nun not being that good, at least according to me. Maybe you guys enjoy it personally. But the Conjuring movies themselves have been phenomenal, and I think Insidious has really kept up with the Conjuring franchise. And he has a bit of the similar vibe, same actors, that. But I'm very much enjoying the Insidious movie so far. The last one I thought was very entertaining and a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how this one pans out. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Are you guys excited for Insidious 6? And Insidious 6? Cannot talk today. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. All right, guys, that's a wrap for today's episode of the Truly Odd Podcast. If you like this episode, guys, please like and subscribe. And always remember, guys, stay true, be odd.